Good morning and welcome back to Coolum Beach Bowls Club for day 2 of the Coolum Holidays Open Piers. We've just got a little bit of brightness on the screen there, that's better. Yep, my name's Robbie Allen and I'll have Tim Phillips with me very shortly in the commentary. But first up, thank you very much to the sponsors for this tournament, which are Coolum Holidays, North Shore Realty and the Sunshine Coast Council. Their support is greatly appreciated by not only the club here and ourselves, but also the players. So we've got the ad up there for them on the screen, and on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you will see their phone numbers to contact either North Shore Realty or Coolum Holidays. Okay, this game here today, we have Craig Hawthorne and Mick Japundza. And Craig's from Geebung and Mick is from Coolum Beach here, and they're playing against Eddie Whiteside and Jamie Bartel, and Eddie is from Club Maroochy and Jamie is from Rainbow Beach. Okay, they're just starting the first end now, and the weather here is a little bit overcast today. It's a little bit cooler than yesterday, but that's fine as long as the rain stays away. And we'll welcome on board Timmy Phillips.
Good morning, Robbie. Pleased to have you all back again. Yeah, we're a little different with the weather today, but the rain is not here at the moment, so that's all we're worried about. We've got play started.
Okay, I've just got to figure out who's got which bowls, and
so Mick Japundza will be the dark blue bowls. And he's playing with Mick Hawthorne.
No, Craig Hawthorne.
Craig Hawthorne, and Craig would. Craig's bowls are either the green or the orange. I think Craig's are the green because I think Eddie's are the other red ones.
Yep. No worries, we'll find out shortly anyway, Tim, once the guys change over. A little bit of a feeling out here in this one. They don't have trial ends, so they're coming in raw, and the first few bowls is going to take a little bit of adjustment to just figure out their weight of the green. It will have changed a little bit from yesterday. Once again, it was a bit of rain overnight here.
Yeah, we had the lightning and the thunderstorms about 11 o'clock last night. It's a real show.
And of course, it was quite sort of dewy this morning when we got here as well. So Craig is using the green bowls. I like it when they have 4 different colours instead of a couple of them that are very similar. It's hard to sort of notice sometimes if there's a yellow and an off yellow or something.
And I think that makes the commentator's job a little easy and less confusing, Robbie.
That's right.
I'm all for.
Okay, we've got that one's coming. We just have to get one of these tablets sorted out for the
Eddie's looking to adjust here by a couple of feet up his hand. He's let that one go. It looks like it's on a good track. It's now just down to whether he's got the weight, and he's around that, and he's got a fairly good bowl. It'll be close enough to being shot.
Okay, we just need to get one of these tablets connected.
Mick's playing down on his forehand. Got a good track. It's all down to his weight. Just needed a fraction more. Eddie's calling Jamie up on his forehand.
They could be holding 2 shots. It depends on that blue one, just how short that is. But I do believe they're holding 2 there.
Yes, and I don't think there's going to be any change with that one. It just come up a little short. As I say, they haven't had practice in, so probably don't take an end or so just to get the feel of the green. And they've started off with a fairly long end, so Mick's just missed the line a little bit there. He's managed to clip one of his own bowls across the head, but not sure that's in the count.
Okay, just got this other one on. Welcome to
Jamie gets a free swing here. He's played that with a little bit more weight, and he's out in a really good paddock. Just needs to get under. That's 2 shots to Jamie and Eddie, I think, for the first end. Jamie. I'm telling you, that's what it was.
Okay, g'day Jeff Gibson, watching from Eastwood, UK. Good to see you had the successful annual awards evening. Brilliant.
Eddie leads us off here now in the second end. Pretty well presented bowl. He's come down right on the jack. Great start.
Not a bad reply here, just running a little bit.
Found itself into a good home.
Okay, good morning to William Fullerton and Adam Liddell. Owen Wright from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan in Canada, where it's probably about -1 or 2 degrees here when it's warming up. Welcome aboard. And we've got Sean Keepy watching as well.
Well, with Canada and England on, I think the caption on the back of the wagon live streaming to the world is pretty appropriate.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's we're actually quite pleased the way the van is actually looking with that. We're now the proud owners of a lot of people may not know this, but we've just got ourselves a new van for carting around all of the gear, and it's about twice the size of the one we used to have. It makes life so much easier.
Yeah, with some of those long distance trips that you and Brian have got to make, being able to do it with a little bit more comfort is something that I'm sure that pleases both of you. Absolutely,
and especially with being an automatic gearbox compared with the manual one from last time, and some of the hold-ups on the M1 we're getting, automatic is really good.
Yeah, I can imagine the clutch would be feeling.
Oh yeah.
Well, you'll be able to check out photos of that new van. There'll be one of them on the Coolum Beach Facebook page today, and I'm sure it's on the Gold Coast web pages and the like.
Yep, we've got it on our Facebook page.
With all of the info to contact the Gold Coast-Tweed team if you're looking to get your event live streamed. They're the ones to call, and they provide a very good quality service. Always on time, nothing's a problem for them. So well done to you guys, Robbie and Tony here, and of course the inimitable Brian Marshall, who's the golden voice of bowls.
Yes, he's got very dulcet tones at times, and I do believe he can talk underwater with a mouthful of concrete, so that's what's coming in handy for commentary at times.
I'm missing his trademark trademark statement, my friend.
Yeah. We won't mention that though. We'll leave that for Brian.
Eddie's got a pretty good looking bowl here as well. Found itself a good home.
Okay, Craig just needs to.
I think he's just
that one up.
fraction heavy again.
Had good weight to bring that blue one up though if he was a little bit tighter.
No, that's exactly right. Well, he had the options there. It's either hitting that one up, and if he was a bit skinny, there was a chance to land the shot bowl or grab the jack. Eddie's pretty much in that same sort of field again. Is he just going to slide past? Yes, he does. But it's gone to a good home. He's matching a couple at the back. And Craig steps up again to play his backhand. This one looks to be better weighted. Is he not centred out enough? No.
The weight wasn't too bad actually, Tim. It was just needed to be outside that bowl.
Yeah.
Well, considering the rain we had, the green has got a reasonable finish on it still this morning.
Yeah, well, we got the sun out again now, so, you know, the whatever moisture's there is going to start to dry up pretty quick, I would have thought.
And there was a lot of good comments that we heard last night and even this morning when the guys were coming in about the greens, the way they ran yesterday. It was all good, positive vibes from it.
Yeah, well, you know, you can do your best, but you can't control the weather. And to get what they managed to produce yesterday and this morning, just a tribute to the quality of their work.
Yep.
There's a Jamie coming down with his first bowl. He's just going to slide across the head. Got quite a few there if he manages to get the jack with his next one. And Mick's coming down now on the backhand. He's given this a nice wide berth.
Once again though, Tim, they're still feeling out, you know, first end this way, trying to just read themselves a line.
Yeah, well, they've adjusted to them. The first one they were, you know, nearly ditch to ditch, but they've brought this one up, you know, 3 metres or more. Significant change in the length. Jamie set down a good line here with this, but I'm just not sure it's going to get all of the way. I think Mick's maybe 2 down here.
I'd only put it down as 1. Be close for that.
One of us will be right, Robbie.
Yep, that's it.
And Mick's played a pretty good bowl here. He's missed and got the jack. Oh,
great effort.
I think that he's definitely only 1 down now. Yep. So that's 1 more to the team of Eddie and Jamie. They're 3-0 up after the 2 ends. Just like to acknowledge this morning the sponsors of this event. Major sponsor Coolum Holidays, together with their sister company North Shore Realty, Sunshine Coast Council, Visit Sunshine Coast, and Coolum Beach Bowls Club. We'd like to thank all of those sponsors for their continued support, and they allow us to provide these services and to run these tournaments. And without them, we'd probably be somewhere else, Robbie. We wouldn't be sitting here watching bowls and commentating. So thank you to those all of those sponsors.
Hello, we've got a bit of wind, which has just grabbed camera 2. Okay, Tony's just a way to fix that. I'll just shift across and for some
good
reason,
start by Craig.
For some reason it pulled the camera off the top as well.
Turn the umbrella upside down, inside out.
Yep, I think we'll just leave the umbrella off at the moment.
Yep, okay. Eddie's managed to cut his grass a little bit there, but he's got one behind the jack, so that may end up being useful. Craig playing his second bowl, had a very good first bowl. See if he's able to repeat the dose. Looks like he's fairly well pointed, but just coming up a little short there. Got some interesting matchups this morning on the rink next to our televised. We've got Greg Brown and Greg Dale, and they'll be actually the stars of the second streaming game. And they've got a match this morning against Rowan Wilson from Helensvale and Ricky Holt. See, over on an adjoining rink, we've got Adam Haitley from Taylor Bowles and Coolum's own Shane Burke. In a match this morning with Wendy and Nev Jamison. As we progress with the commentary this morning, we will be providing update scores on all of the rinks after 6 ends, 10 ends and 13 ends. So for those listening in wanting to know how your players are going or friends are going, we'll provide that update for you during all 3 of the games that we're streaming today. Mick's playing up now on his backhand. It looks like he's got a fairly good bowl here, touches the jack and falls in there for shot. Great shot, Mick. Exchange flesh as he comes down with his partner Craig Hawthorne. Craig's from the Geebung Bowls Club, and of course Mick Japundza's a local here at Coolum Beach. And Jamie and Eddie. Jamie's currently playing out of Rainbow Beach Bowls Club, and Eddie Whiteside's a stalwart from Club Maroochy.
Okay, back again, Tim.
All systems go. The mechanical geniuses have struck again.
Yep, we found one of the legs of the tripod. It's an older tripod, and it's not actually locking in properly, and it's, of course, with the weight on it just sliding down. That's what created the little tipping effect. So we'll just remove that tripod and replace it with another one later on.
I was just going to say, I think there's maintenance required. Out with the old, in with the new.
That's it. We've got a spare tripod in the van, so we'll bring it out. But in the meantime, there's no direct sun onto the camera, so it's pretty good.
Okay, Eddie's coming up on his forehand. He's trying to get in there and sit that bowl of mix. Just fraction wide. And again, we're seeing this tight side of the green. You've really got to be able to nail your line here, because it has a tendency, if you miss slightly, to hang out and stay out. And that's just what's happened to Craig with that last bowl. Jamie's well pointed here, coming up into the head, and that looks like another counter.
No, it won't be counted, it'll be another second. Okay, morning to Mark Winter, Kevy Anderson, Jade White, Wayne Lampkin, Timmy Swanson, Fiona and Adam Taylor. Good to see you all on board. Who have you got over on that one? You've got Shane Globitz, Chrissy Pavlov, Alan Bidler, Dorothy Phillips. You should know that name, Timmy, shouldn't you?
I think so, mate.
Yep.
Morning, lover.
Eddie King from Port Macquarie and Simon Wood. Welcome all aboard.
Good on you, Simon Wood, sitting by a pool drinking grog.
Okay, so Mick just trying to gain the bonus one here.
He's managed to tip his over
Yep,
there.
picked up two
And
nicely.
he got the 2. Okay, so we're now 3-2 after 3 ends. Having a look at the updates for the scores after the 3 rounds. We have the team of Ryan Bester and Ryan Burdett with 3 wins. They're currently ranked number 1, and Trenton Healy from Pine Rivers is playing with Corey Fuller. They're currently in second spot with 4 ends behind. They've had the 3 wins as well. And in third spot with the team of Michael Cummings and Noel Dingle. They are also a 3-game winner, and they're half a end behind with 27.5. So they're the top 3 in the standings at the moment. A full list is available on the Coolum Beach Facebook page with all 40 teams and their positions, and of course the draw for all of the remaining matches today. And as you know, we've got 2 more games to be streamed. Round 5 will see a battle of the Coolum heavyweights, Graham Anderson and Peter Carmody playing Greg Dale and Greg Brown. And then to finish off our stream this afternoon, we'll have Ryan Burnett from Kawana, Ryan Bester from Broadbeach playing Jay Dorr from Coolum Beach and Stephen Tong from Helensvale.
And just out of curiosity, Timmy, the team of Jamie Bartel and Eddie Whiteside, who are playing on this rink, they're sitting in 4th spot, still with 3 wins and only 26.5 ends, so they're only 5.5 ends short of the leader at the moment. So it's pretty much tied up there, and there's only
6 teams with 3 wins.
That's awesome.
And 9 ends the difference between those top 6 teams.
So it'll be an interesting day. We're ahead of us, so it's going to be great.
Here's Mick with his first bowl has played a cracker.
Yeah, very good.
Just a bit lazy and didn't get his chalk, but Craig was very happy with that start. And Jamie's going to play down on the backhand. It's a little bit more breezy, and breeze picking up now, Robbie, too.
Yep.
Early this morning. It hasn't seemed to affect Mick, who's played another extraordinary good bowl. He's got the chalk this time.
Yes, that breeze was is a little bit intermittent at the moment too, Tim, because when that umbrella got blown over before, we didn't seem to have much breeze, but all of a sudden a little waft came through a little bit stronger, picked it up, and as I say though, the tripod's leg was a little bit not locking properly, but it's had a lot of use over the last 2.5, 3 years. And all things, unfortunately, don't last forever, so there is time that we've got to do a little bit of replacement of gear.
Use by date, mate.
Yep.
We've all got one.
Well, yeah, that's the point. Mine's a long way off yet, though. The best before date's gone and passed, but the use by is still a long way away yet.
Well, your poppy's still kicking around, mate, so it's in your genes.
Yep, that's it. Okay, Pauline Rose watching from Harvey Bay.
It was pretty much nothing bowl other than it ended up in a good line to sort of block Eddie out from playing weight on that other hand. He's forced to change his hand, and he's played a looks like draw weight here, but he's got a fraction wide with it.
Colin Hayes watching Glenn Bones Wedlock. Thanks for streaming, boys. No worries at all, Glenn. We're very happy to be able to get this out to everybody.
Morning, Daniel Serene. It's a better effort by Craig this time. It's still only 2, but
this is the time
maybe
where
Eddie's played with a little bit more purpose this time. I think he's going to collect this bowl. There's going to be a reaction, and
well, he might be still one down on the tee, but
I think they've got the bowlers out. Yep, they have.
Yeah, it is out.
They're on the tee. Looks like a pretty good measure all the way around there, isn't it?
Could be very interesting.
Well, Mick seems to have applied the finger principle, and he thinks that they're holding one.
Well, it's still better than where it was because they were looking at 2 down and maybe 3. So sometimes it's wise to attack it, kill the end. It was a bit fortunate getting that short boulder coming through, but hey, that's the game.
Yep. Well, he's got a better result than what he had when he started. So
absolutely, and he's still got an opportunity of maybe drawing the shot even.
Yep.
So, got to weigh these things up.
Mick sent this out in a fairly wide path. He's going to come round these orange bowls.
Played this very well if he gets inside of that.
He has managed to do that. Well, that definitely will
make 2.
Be the counter there as the Jamie's out in the right paddock, but
he's just maybe running a smidgen.
Ooh.
Still only 2, so it hasn't changed anything, so he gave it a chance. Better off doing that than being 2 feet short.
Exactly. Oh, Mick's bowed the head when he's let that go. I don't think he likes it, but you never know what happens. Oof.
Happy to have a look? Play a swinger, mate. Jack in the pot. Give you a bit of a chance.
Lady's called on Jamie to play a positive bowl here. He's trying to come down between the bowls. He's fairly well pointed with this. Oh, just going to duck off him now.
Oh, gee, that really whipped.
Well, he's unfortunately managed to pump another one up.
That really ripped on him though, Tim, didn't it?
It did. That's 3 shots there now to Craig and Mick. After 4 ends, they're in front 5-3.
Okay, so once again, any contact phone numbers for Coolum Holidays and North Shore Realty down on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen there. You can see the 1300 303 423 for Coolum Holidays, and the 2 numbers there for North Shore Realty, which is the office numbers.
Coolum Holidays, mate, they've been in business up here for over 20 years. They've got over 100 properties of all types, apartments, ocean views, houses. A lot of their properties are pet friendly. They have a lot of high-end properties as well. They do short-term stays from 2 nights through to 3 months and longer. So you're looking for any accommodation up in the Coolum Sunshine Coast area, you give Coolum Holidays a call. I'm sure they've got something that will fit all needs and all budgets.
Okay, the guys are just making sure that they're getting it wide enough there in case that breeze does give it a bit of a buffer, and maybe that the second one of Craig's was just a tad wide, but it was always going to be coming in.
You can see that that same trick up there with that hand, as we talked about earlier in the commentary, Robbie. If you miss your line up there, it can be very costly.
Yep.
That not come back at all. Mick stands up on about playing his forehand and holding shot, maybe a couple. He's well pointed here. I think he's played another pretty good bowl here.
Yep.
Yes.
He's getting the hang of this now, Mick is. Bit of local knowledge, no doubt.
I think Mick's played on these greens quite a few times. Mick played in the Coolum's Division 1 team. He's been a district player here for the Sunshine Coast for a number of years as well. That's a great bowl by Jamie. Taking the pain out of that and drawn the shot. Yeah, so Mick's a very experienced player. Came to us from down Wollongong way, and he played some bowls at the highest level down there as well. And he's brought his skill and up to Coolum, and we've had a lot of fun having him as part of our club.
It's a good home there.
I look down on the other rink and I see two of the combatants that are going to play the last match today, Bester and Burdett, actually playing on the rink alongside their opponents of this afternoon, Dorr and Tongi. Might be doing a bit of homework on each other.
Now, they've played each other enough times now. They know each other's games pretty well.
Have you got any form line? Has one got the wood over the other?
No, to be honest, I haven't got any information like that, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting game.
It's funny because when they play each other a lot of times like that, that one can uncannily end up with the wood over another. I was talking with Brett Wilkie during the state pennant finals, and he was saying to me that he and Aaron Sheriff have that sort of a rivalry.
Yep.
And Aaron just seems to have the wood over Brett. It doesn't matter how well Brett plays, Aaron has the wood over him.
Oh, Best has got that over me at the moment. I've played him enough times in the club singles over the years, and he got me in a final one year, he got me in a semi-final another year, and a couple of times in round 3, but numerous times I've been I've got an early start and an early jump on him, but he's relentless.
He don't give you any time to think. He steps up there like a machine gun.
Well, it's not only that. He's not concerned if he's 10 down or whatever on the game. Just picks him up one at a time. He's got no dramas. That's why he's as good as he is.
It's well down here, Eddie. He's just got to get a little bit more to it. Just going to fall short. Well, he's been at the top for quite a number of years. I first ran across him 15, 16 years ago as a fresh-faced young bloke who was out here, and I think he was playing for playing for Canada in one of the world events. I watched him in the World Championships over in Adelaide. He played the final of the singles against Leif Shelby.
Yep.
And that was one of Australia's most successful events. I think every player that went in that team won a world championship. And 9 of them had won the world championships, and a few of them more than one at that event. The only player yet to win was Leif.
Yep.
Leif was the one practicing every day, and he came to the last day, and he was able to prevail over Leif and complete that record for that team, that every one of them won a world championship. And I think Leif retired after that, if memory serves me right.
Yes, no, Ryan's been thereabouts right throughout, you know, as you say, for a very, very long time. And he's still going to hang around for a wee while longer. He's still a youngster enough.
Oh, yeah. Mick's played an absolute cracker up there.
Threaded that needle there where there wasn't a gap.
It's gone from being 1 down to 2 up, I believe. Craig's stuck the 2 fingers up.
And Danny Rocco, good morning. Watching from the Rangan Bowls Club. Weight wasn't bad, just need to be around those ones, Jamie did.
Eddie's kicked out 2. So that's 2 more to the team of Hawthorne and Japundza. They move on to a 7-3 lead after 5 ends.
And just shortening it up a smidgen.
We were able to do a little bit of homework ourselves here, Robbie, because on rink number 6 we've got 2 of the combatants in our second stream game. The Gregs, Brownie and Daly. They're in a battle with Rowan Wilson and Ricky Holt. They're 3 all after 4 ends. Craig's well pointed down with
good correction
with
on
this
his
bowl.
line. And Eddie's changed his line nicely as well. Just put a little bit extra weight on it. Oh, look at that one. It just caught something right down the line and went straight down there for about 3 or 4 feet. Might have just caught a little bit of a hiccup on the green there. Mick sticking to the wider hand.
He's got a good line on this. Oh, geez, that's ducked again considerably there.
That breeze, you can see on the banner flags on the left-hand side of the screen, top left-hand side, they are flipping her a little bit there. So,
well, you can actually look at when the camera comes the other way, you can see those screens, shade screens, are behind Jamie. They're lifting quite significantly where the wind's got underneath them as well.
So it mightn't seem much that the trees over the building there, even on the top of the screen, they're hardly moving. But these flags and the screen cloth here, it's certainly at this level of ground level wind, it's amazing.
Well, he's corrected here this time, Mick. He drawn up here for shot. Jamie's well pointed here. Just fractionally quick, but gone to a good home there.
Yes, he's got 3 or 4. He's got the 4 bowls behind the head there. There's a good chance of the jack going to them rather than going short. Craig has sent that out there nicely, and that'll be counting as well. So at the moment they're holding probably 5, but that could change at any time. Okay. Eddie's just through the head a little bit. Really needs to get something in there to make it a little bit easier for Jamie.
I think Craig's going to end up round the back here, matching up the...
Yep, that's a very, very good bowl.
Oh no, Eddie, it's... you need a good one in the head now, my friend. Oh, that sort of stumbled out of his hand a little bit, but it's holding its line.
It certainly is. Took a little bit of pain out. Probably only 3 now, maybe 4 still.
I think the guys so far have been pretty good. We haven't had to shoo any of them away from the camera.
I had a bit of a talk with them beforehand, told them the cattle prod was just getting real handy. Either that or a gel blaster.
Well, they're up for the Team of the Day award at the moment.
Yep. Absolutely. And considering it's the first time on a live stream for them all,
yep,
they've done very well.
We're hoping to sit that bowl there. Oh, God.
Still probably 3 or 4 down.
Yeah, I don't think there's any change to that.
Very unlucky then. A little bit more contact on that blue.
I'll tell you, if he gets a fraction wider and gets that jack, he could make 5 or 6. Jamie.
Pull it back a couple of feet. Okay, g'day, Danny Supple.
They've added another one into the count there. And Jamie's let this one go.
He thinks himself's a little bit tight, but depends on what side of those ones he reaches.
He had good weight to it, but
that probably cut it down to only 2.
Yeah,
that was a good save.
Well, 2's better than 5, that's for sure. 2 more onto the score for Craig and Mick. It puts them to a 9-3 lead after 6. Pretty much they're nearly all up to 6 ends, so we've got our roving scorer out and about at the moment to collect the scores for all 20 games, so we'll update you with those in a matter of minutes, so you can see where your favourite players are progressing in this particular round.
Okay, and good morning to Mark Vogler, Martin Gary watching from Perth in Scotland, Tony Don's there, Danny Supple, Liz Ward, also from Scotland, Russell Hindle, and Mary McAnuff from Newry in Ireland. Good morning to you all.
Morning, Rose. Yeah, we're on the way now. We're just getting all of the scores, so there'll be updates any minute now.
That's a good reply from Craig on that one. Oh, sorry, from Eddie on that one. Good morning, Brian Freenan from Belfast, Northern Ireland.
Oh, we're travelling the continent this morning, Brian. We're covering the globe. All of the Northern Hemisphere countries.
Yes, yeah. It's
opposite sides of the world, but
getting late at night there. What are they, about 10 hours behind us? So I must be back 10 to or quarter to midnight over there, so still
well,
early
it'll be a different time in Canada.
Yes, yeah, Canada will be not too sure what timing there is. It's probably around about 5 o'clock at night.
Eddie's got one that he's going to stick behind now.
No, it could be 7 in the morning or something. Okay, in Canada it changes from quarter to 4 in the afternoon to 8:15 in the evening. There are quite a few time zones here. But it's good seeing us all on board.
Canada time zones would be pretty like America with the width of the country. Mick managed to come up there and grab that jack, but Jack's run into Eddie's big orange beast there, and they've maintained the shot. But Jamie looks like he's got another one to put behind the head there. Yeah, very good spot. Very good home.
And once again has good weight for the shot he's after.
Is it held too?
Oh, once again it tapped and got caught in slips.
Got a bit of the jack?
Yep.
There's only a minute gap there to get that jack through there. They're going to run into Craig's bowl and divert off.
Bit of carnage over in the rink next door there.
Rowan Wilson's let a big one go, cleared out a lot of bowls, and I think he's got 2 shots, holding 2 shots for his trouble. Greg Brown to play the last bowl of the end. He's playing down on his backhand side. Looks like it's a little runny, so yeah, I think Rowan's going to pick up 2 shots for that for his last drive there. It's actually 3.
Eddie won't be too happy with that one. Got a good line, just forgot the weight.
Mick's called Craig to persevere with that hand. He's playing up where his bowls are, and it looks like he's got a pretty good line on this.
played it very
That
well.
was a pretty good call by Mick, and I think he's managed to get the shot. Great bowl, Craig.
Average bowl, good call from the head.
Well, we had that conversation yesterday. If you're up and you're thereabouts, you know, you're a chance.
That's it.
Going to hold its line. I think it has. Eddie sprung the jack out, and he sprung it, unfortunately, right out to one of Mick's bowls, I believe. So it was a good bowl, but it's out in the open, so plenty of room for both skips to draw up and change the heading there.
Well, by the look of it, Eddie and Jamie should be holding maybe 2 or 3 there.
Yep.
And walkabout scorers have gone walkabout, all right.
Jamie's played a pretty good bowl. He's got a little bit of the jack there. I think Eddie has given the finger, so good bowl by Jamie's to turn that head around. There's a roar of anguish from Mick there. I think he's missed his line quite significantly.
His weight was beautiful, though. Yep, they've still got 2 by the look of that.
I thought I heard Eddie say it was 1, but anyway.
Oh, see, by coming through and trying to take that out is only going to make an extra 1 anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just as easy to draw the
That's,
last one.
Yeah, it was what we were talking about yesterday. When you're holding, you've got an ends game, you've got to score.
So all he's done there is just made from 2 to 2. Whereas he
so.
could have just drawn and made it a 3. He had a yard to draw in.
Well, they've pulled out 1, and they're walking around to determine the other. No, they got the tape out, so it's not cut and dried.
But it's a good yard he had there.
That's
what I was saying.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know,
and trying to reach that bowl and tip it out, it's only going to make 3, unless he was perfect weight to stay there for 4. But it's a risky chance to actually tip that out and stay there yourself. Yeah. So it was only going to make 3. He was holding possibly 2. Just draw a 3rd.
Yep, that's exactly it. It's pretty easy sitting here in the commentary box to make all those comments, but you can see on the screen that's exactly what should have happened.
Yep.
Anyway, they've ended up with 1 shot. You see on the board at the moment our sponsors: Coolum Holidays, North Shore Realty, Sunshine Coast Council, in conjunction with Visit Sunshine Coast and Coolum Beach Bowls Club. So thank you to all of those sponsors for their support, and that's allowed us to bring you this coverage for the weekend. So thank you again. Speaking of Sunshine Coast, if you were looking for information for the best places to visit and play, you can jump on the Sunshine Coast Council's website, sunshinecoast.com, and discover all of the attractions for the Sunshine Coast. We've also got a number of different activities that you can be involved in as a family. There was diverse opportunities for visitors of all ages, whether it be in the hinterland, whether it be on the beaches, the golf courses, visiting the theme parks. It's only a short drive down to the Gold Coast to have a day in the parks down there. Of course, Steve Irwin's animal crocodile ranch is on the Sunshine Coast. We've also got the Sunshine Coast races, the Gold Coast Sunshine Coast Turf Club, who fancy a day out on the races, Friday night, Sunday afternoons when they race up here. So there's something for everybody on the coast, and in conjunction with our other sponsor, Coolum Holidays, you've got the place to stay as well.
Yep, that's good. And a couple of good bowls here from Craig. Nutted with his first, and just behind with his second. Absolutely brilliant leading bowls. Yes, as you say, Tim, the Sunshine Coast has got a lot to offer, and it's surprising that there is quite a few people that, and I myself included, I haven't actually been up here on a day trip very often to visit some of those sites, but once again it's a matter of trying to find time, and between now and June and July next year I might have a couple of weekends off if I'm lucky.
Well, as we talked about last night, one of the things that we need to do is to get you to stay that extra night after the coverage, and we get to show you around a bit instead of having to pack up and rush home after what is usually a 14-hour day. Then the trip home to boot. We can turn into travel guides and
sounds
show you the sights.
Okay, Jamie just looking at getting to this head to maybe just disturb it or just reach it.
Just hanging out a bit and just lacking a little bit in the weight.
Just overcorrected it a little bit from his first.
I think Mick's played another one to add to the count somewhat.
Very, very nice bowl. So Eddie's going to have to do a little bit more attacking on this, making sure he's reaching it. He can pick on either hand. Any movement of that jack through the gap there is going to be beneficial. Couple of yards of weight, making sure he's not short on it and getting in the way. Good morning, Graham Ott and John Deegan. John's over in Thailand. Kids love it. Thank you, John. Well, you're most welcome, John. We appreciate what you're doing over there to get it out to people as well. It's always a big boost when somebody is promoting it in a place like that. I mean, it's great, and thank you very much.
Well, Craig's got another bowl that's going to land right into head. Just fatten the target up a little bit there. Get a gleam in Eddie's eye now. And he's coming down. I think it stayed pretty wide. He's taken out his closest shot. I think they've got about 4 now.
Yep,
that they're holding.
I believe Jamie will have both feet off the ground on this first bowl.
Okay, well, we've got some scores through for some of the games that are being played in this round 4. Shane Burke and Adam Haitley are one behind after six ends. Neville Jamison and Wendy playing Graham Anderson and Peter Carmody are 4 up. The team of Wayne Brown and Steve Giles with Mark Prosser and Mark Scott Paul Spencer with him today after Jason Thomas unfortunately suffered an injury yesterday, so they're one behind after the 6 ends. In the next game we've got Sean Byrne and Bill Hopwood playing Shane Gooley and Max Evas, and they're in a tight tussle at 4-all. Jay Globitz is one of the teams with Wedge Hedges is in the top 10. They're 2 up after 6 ends. The Rowan Wilson Ricky Holt game against the 2 Gregs, Rowan's team are up by 4. And of course, here in our streaming game, we've got Craig Hawthorne and Mick Japundza up by 5 against Eddie Whiteside and Jamie Bartel. In the next match, we've got Andre Buck and Roger Pieski against Tony McAnally and Chris O'Brien. And Chris and Tony are up by 2. Stephen Tong and Jay Dorr playing Jimmy Dowd and Coolum's Jason Membry are up by 1. Ryan Bester and Ryan Burdett have in a game with Alan Hall and David Wright from Coolum, and the 2 Ryans are up by 8. Another close one in the game next to them, Joe Dorr and Blaine Shorter with Rodney Sandbrook and Wally Schmidt. They've 5-all after 6 ends. On the next rink, we've got John Allen and Linda Jackson playing Mark Torrens and Dave Todd, and they're 6-all after 6. We've got another local match with Michael Ansell and Mel Bull up against Tilly Coyne and Annika McGill, and the boys are 8 in front. Another very tight one, Damien Keogh from Windsor with Stephen Springate up against the Tawantinoosa pair of John Simons and Danny Kameri, and that's 5-all after the 6. Brett Markle and Russell Van Homrich are 3 up over the Gunders brothers, Jeremy and Mark. In the other game, we've got Peter Leon and Brodie Johnson, who are one of the leading teams. They're playing Craig Jamison and Brian Smith, and Brodie and Peter are up by 2 at this stage. Another Coolum team of Dennis Layden and Mark Newland playing Trenton Healy and Corey Fuller, who are up on the leaderboard as well, but Trenton and Corey are behind at the moment. The Coolum team are two shots up. The Rixon girls playing a Coolum team of Brett Williams and Chris McDonald are 1 up after 6. Mark Sidaway and David Grimmer 1 behind to Andrew Chapman and Jade Grunewich, is it? Groenwich. And in the final game, taking out there on rink 20, we've got Kel Emmerton and David Turk playing Michael Cummings and Noel Dingle. And Noel Dingle is one of the teams that's up there, but at the moment they're 1 behind to David and Kel. So that's all after 6 ends, so we'll bring you another update in about 4 ends time and keep you in the picture.
Okay, thanks for all of that, Tim. And it was a good 4 that was scored on that last end. Jamie had a drive with his last bowl, as everybody saw. It just stood a little bit wide. And, of course, Mick had a yard to draw the 4th shot, which he certainly did. So it puts him out to a 13-4 lead now. And good morning to Vince Calabrese from the Austral Eagles Bowling Club in Sydney. Mel Robbo, Julie Allen and Stag Senior all watching as well. And we have over on here Gus Walker watching from Ko Chang, Chris Harrison from Paradise Point, Ed Borowski from Houston, Texas, and of course Simon Wood there.
We do them 10 ends.
Okay, good bowl there from Jamie, just putting a bit of backwood in there.
just going to get a touch on that bowl of Craig's there, and another one in the head. Jamie's got some good weight to this. Just going to pull up. So I think Mick and Craig are holding a couple there. That's all right, Simon. Anytime I can get up Washington's nose, the better. It'll be something for him to give me grief about afterwards, so I'm sure he'll probably listen to the commentary. For those listening, Danny Kameri actually plays out of Club Maroochy, so apologies, Danny, if you're... He's well pointed here. I think he's going to land just about where Mick's foot is, which is where he was asking him to get to. Maybe just a little shorter than what he would have liked. Eddie's playing pretty directly up towards this. But,
Still 2 or 3 down though. It's,
that didn't. I thought that was going to miss a mile, and Jamie was standing in front of that bowl, and it ricocheted off one that I didn't see. Yeah, you're right. It could be 2 or 3 still.
That'll give you a bit different view on it.
That's it.
Jamie need to be a bit more quicker on that line.
Yeah. It gets a chance to come up here and maybe tidy this up a little bit, make it a little bit harder for Jamie to get at.
To be a better line.
I think this is going to make a difference.
The weight is beautiful as well.
Well, that looks like a very good shot.
Yep, not bad from 3 or 4 down, picking up the shot. Big turnaround.
Keeps the team in the game, because dropping a number there with 9 shots, the difference would have made coming back a whole lot harder. But you just start turning the scoreboard over now with 1s and 2s. You're still in the game.
Yep, that's it.
Still plenty of ends left to play.
7 ends to play. Only need to pick up a couple of 2s, and the rest singles.
7 ends and you're 8 behind. So
yep.
Yeah, it's exactly right. Couple of multiples, it turns that game into a different complexion altogether.
That's right, and of course because it's ends as well included in the the sorting out of the positions, it's in their best interests to keep ticking over those ones and just get the odd one or two doubles or multiples, and yep, all looking rosy.
Well, as the progressive scores that we went through a little while ago, we had 6 teams that started off the day as having 3 wins, and 3 of those teams are behind. So it's really important to, even if you're not likely to get the win, but to get as many ends as you can.
Yes, it does make a difference. See a skydiver over in the background there, Timmy.
Yeah, the very popular spot up there at Stumas Creek. Quite often on days you'll see 3 or 4 plane loads come over at varying time during the morning with a number of passengers. There's a very big service that operates out of Maroochy. You buy a jump, you go in there and they breath test you, they put you through your paces, you do a training course, so to speak, and they load them up. Most of them are tandem jumps, and they land at a spot there at Stumas Creek, about a mile north of here on the beach.
And it was always good, when you see them coming down from up that area, that means to say that the weather's going to be reasonable, because they won't be jumping if it's inclement weather. So
no,
seeing them
very
up
much
there
so
makes me feel more comfortable that we're going to have a reasonable good day of weather.
Good call. And again, it's just another one of those diverse activities that are available, right at your doorstep here.
Yep.
And on the sunny coast. We have a local airport which is probably 8 minutes drive from here. We have a bus service that runs from Noosa basically all the way to Caloundra. So even if you're up here without your own transport, there's plenty of public transport available. Bus services running all the way, as I say, up to Noosa. Exciting shopping up there at the boutique restaurants and cafes and shops. Beautiful beach up at Noosa as well. To the main shopping hub, which is Maroochy with major shop. Every major shop in retailer is in that complex. There's picture shows, theatres, all sorts of things.
Yep. Good
So
there from Mick.
you can get around up here without a car, or just as easy with a car. And we don't have Sydney traffic jams.
Fair enough, too. Good call. And g'day to Corey Wedlock. He's on board, and congratulations, Corey, on that award the other night. Roger Jury's watching, as is Luke Day.
That is a couple down here on this head. We just need to get a couple of bowls in the head and stay competitive. It's well pointed out here. It's just all going to be down to his weight. That's probably coming for second shot.
Do some of this later. I would have just walked away and ignored it. Yeah, I might go hard now.
Just try to talk Caitlin Inch into coming in and taking over the mic for a little bit.
I'm sure we can convince her to do that.
Yeah, she looked intent on what she was doing now at the time, and
Which
she just
was
about
getting
ignored me.
scores for us.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good looking bowl here from Craig. Come to a very good home. Oh, that he doesn't need to do too much to improve on his last one. He's in the right paddock. Now I've got 2 seconds. So Craig's last bowl looks like that's added to that count there. They've done a quick finger message, and I think Jamie seems to think it's that he's 3 down. So he's got the 2 bowls to come to see if he can't correct and change that situation. Well, I think it's fairly well down here, Jamie. Now that's a very good skips bowl to keep them in the game. But possibly that's a second shot there. But, a very good shot. Mick's bowl is great weight, just not going to come all the way through there. Eddie's given Jamie 2 options, but Jamie just played a really good bowl on that backhand, and he's well pointed again to repeat the dose.
Any turn on that will go down. Any turn on any of those will go down.
I think Mick's very happy to take the 1 shot. Any disturbance of those front bowls would have turned that away, so he'll bank the end and the 1 shot and move through to a 14-5 lead after 10 ends. Yes. See on the rink next to our streaming rink, the Greg's, Dale and Brown are in a pretty tight tussle with Rowan Wilson and Ricky Holt. There's only 2 the difference with 9 ends played. Greg Dale's just played his first bowl of the 9th end, and he's drawn the shot. So it's a gripping contest there as well. And I look across on the top green here, and the 6 matches I can see a margin of 2, 4, 2, 2, 3, 2, and of course our ring. So there were 6 pretty tight games on this top ring. Just been joined here by the dulcet tones of Ray Whitaker.
Morning,
back,
Timbo.
mate.
Thanks, mate. Been having a look around a few of the other games, and a few interesting things going on around here.
I think there's going to be a bit of a change up on the last updates we had. A few of the unbeaten sides are under the pump a bit.
You're right about that. Adam Hall taking it right up to the big boys, the Ryan and Ryan, and David Wright, and Adam and David. They keep putting that bowl in, that niggling little bowl every end, and they're bowling well. They're bowling well.
I think there's only 3 the difference after about 11 over there.
Yeah, 3 the difference, and David's holding shot. So So needless to say, I haven't been watching much of this game with telecasting, although I did see the 4 or 5 that they dropped, 4 they dropped when Jamie had a drive there before, a couple of drives before. But
Mick and Craig have been pretty solid. They've had more bowls in the head, and they've just been really steady. Jamie and Eddie have struggled a little bit against their performances of yesterday, but there's still enough ends in the game. They're currently holding on the green at the moment. It's half a nasty black cloud over there on the west.
yeah, it's steamy enough to drop a few points of rain at some stage during the day, but I believe it's not supposed to be till later on.
Well, Robbie and I were just commenting, we're watching the skydivers before, and that's usually a good indication that the weather's all right when you see skydivers out.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't credit like you're watching this green here at the front, and you wouldn't credit the breeze that's on the back green, like it's a real head and tail wind that they're fighting against down the back there. So it's definitely a second each way difference.
When you look at that green 2 where they're going east-west, you look at the number of ends played across there, and look at the ones here. The ones on that green 2 are in front of 1 and 2 ends in front of the lot that are here on green 1.
Yes, those North Shore reality flags are telling the tale.
Yes, Craig's played a pretty good shot there. That's taken Eddie out of the head. I think he's left his bowl there as the shot.
Eddie having a bit of a niggle here, not far away.
Just not going to hold, and that is the holding hand. But it's ended up in a good spot. They've got a couple there at the back that give us an opportunity. Craig's pretty happy with that last bowl of Mick's. Holding a few there. Looks like Jamie's looking to play with a bit of weight directly at it. I think he's got one of them out. No, he's taken his own one out as... oh no, Mick that he's took out, so I think he's left himself there with 3 shots.
2 or 3 of Eddie's floating around.
Yeah. Look at the screen, it's a bit dull trying to see the colour of the bowls. You need to sort of look up when they're playing at the other end so you get a clearer picture. Mick's just come up a bit short. Possibly 2 shots that Jamie and Eddie are holding. Ray's got the further update to give everybody.
Yes, we've got the lovely Caitlin Inch has just had a run around and gathered a few scores up for us. And we see that Adam Haitley and Shane Burke, they're a couple of shots up on Sean Anderson and Jason Bartz. The Jamisons, 2 shots up on the locals, Graham Anderson and Peter Carmody.
That's 3 there for Jamie and Eddie. Takes the score now to 14-8 after 11. So that's a good pick up to the boys. Jamie's asking Eddie to put the jack down and play a short end, and Eddie's accommodated that. And they're probably just over minimum length.
Over on ring 3. I see we've got Mark Prosser and Jason Thomas holding a tie at the moment against Steve Giles and Wayne Brown. Got Bill Hipwood and Sean Byrne, 3 shots up against Max Evans and Shane Gurley, who are the giant killers from yesterday, knocked over the ladder leaders. Got and the ladder leaders, which were the ladder leaders, which was Jay Globus and Wes Hedges, they are 3 shots down against Kevin Doherty and Cal.
Injured. Well, you see on this coming back to the club here, Craig's nailed it with 2 of his bowls. He's a couple of inches short and just a little behind Jack Eye with his second one.
Lucky enough today in the ranks, Barry Ashby, one of the country's leading umpires. Good to see you here, Barry. They've called him out for a couple of little ones already early today, and they didn't even measure it themselves. They were so confident in Barry.
Barry's a man of many hats. He's also the Sunshine Coast District Secretary, very hard working at his job, keeping us all in line. So, well done, Barry. Jamie's playing a little more direct to this, and just going to slide around Mick and sit the bowl. He's played a great shot and fallen in there, and he now has the shot. Another one of our three-game winners, Noel Dingle, is 8 shots up in their game against David Turk and Kel Emerton. So they're looking good. They've got about 3 or 4 ends to play. And another of the leading 2, Trenton Healy and Corey Fuller, have got their hands full at the moment against Dennis Layden and Mark Newland. And with 4 ends to play, they're 1 behind. And Brodie Johnson and Peter Leon, another of the teams up there with a 3-game winner. They're having a bit of a battle against Craig Jamison and Brian Smith, and they're currently 2 behind.
I see a score come back here from the Russell Van Homrich and Brett Merkel game against Jeremy and Mark Gunders. Well, it's come back as 9-6, but I don't think the board's been updated because just before I came into the box, I saw Russell and Brett pick up a 7, and there was none of the boys' bowls left on the green. So, so I reckon that might be a little update to happen there.
Well, running from 20 rinks, you can go past one, and that happens just as you've got past and changes the score significantly. We go back to our televised rink here. But Craig Hawthorne's bowl is the shot bowl, and Eddie and Jamie have got second and third. And Jamie's making his way up to the mat to play the first of his bowls. 5 ends left in this game, and 6 shots a difference.
I would predict a couple of yards of weight just on his backhand, but well, let's see. More like forehand though.
You got to remember, mate, that
he's a right-hander.
He's a right-hander, not like us. I picked up on that commentary yesterday. You got a whole family full of lefties, haven't you? And Faye the Boss, the lefty as well.
She's a left-hander. Yep.
A little bit like Dottie. The two of us are both the same.
Greggy Dale, another top left-hander.
Yeah, second best left-hander at Coolum.
Mick playing a bit of cover here. Mick Japundza. If Jamie can add a bit more grass to his bowl this time.
I think your call the first time of playing the backhand was the better shot.
A lot more bowls to use, but maybe some people don't like using their one hand than the other.
Well, I think he's still stayed on that hand.
Yep.
And he's
a lot quicker, but still tight, just as tight.
Well, he changed his feet. I looked at where he was standing on the mat, and he changed his feet, and he's gone right over to the left-hand side there, and that's exactly where he threw that bowl.
Here's a fault with some of these right-handers, Timbo.
I'm not going to go there, Mick. Anyway, it's Mick's forego his last bowl again and taken the one shot and added to the score and banked the end as well. So they're now 4 ends to go, 7 shots to the better.
And just having a little look over the fence here next door, and Greg Brown and Greg Dale there, they've struck a bit more stiffer opposition today. I think there's Rowan's taken up and holds a handy lead, 8 shots after 10 ends. So the boys will have to work to get their mantle back.
Yeah, well, that just slipped away. I think that's in the last couple of ends. They've the update that we had before was 3, I think. Just looking over there, I think Greg Brown was holding shot, and I think he might have drawn another. As we watch Craig's bowl come up just a fraction short. And Rowan's played his shot, and he's promoted another of Greg's bowls into the head. Sitting there, I think Greg Brown may have 3 or 4. We've just been handed a weather picture here at the moment, and there's a bit of rain to be seen down on the Gold Coast and a bit off the coast here, but pretty much in Maroochy, Coolum, we can't see any at this stage, so that's a good sign. We're probably only a few minutes away from with about half an hour left in this game. The second game turns around pretty quick, so that weather map that we just looked at is really encouraging. We might manage to dance away from any rain. I missed that pickup, Ray. Did you see what the two Gregs got then?
I didn't. We'll have to wait for the board boy. I was looking over at Jay Globert's score over there, and it was an odd board. It had 11 ends and it was 9-3, but it's just been changed 9-13, so maybe there was just a wrong digit there. I think Jay and Wesley Hedges are probably in front there against the Coolum Cove boys.
Yeah, that was a 3 to Brownie and Daly on that other rink, so that's got them a bit closer. Greg Dale's first bowl is about 4 inches from the jack. He's coming down playing his second shot now. We go back over to our televised rink, and Mick's put one there just behind the kitty. Jamie's...
he needs a straightener on this too, Jamie.
Yeah, I think he's just going to turn off a bit, but he is going to promote his a bit, but it's knocked down one of Craig's, and by the look of that on the screen, they could be holding 2 or 3 there.
I would think 2 green bowls nearly in the count. I would think.
Yeah.
Two of Craig's bowls. Just looking around, I don't know whether we got through to a couple of these other games over here, and the Ryan and Ryan, the best of Burnett have just got back on the scoring zone again, and they're 5 in front of Adam and Adam Hall and David Wright.
Yeah, 3 to go in that game.
And next door, Tongi and Jay Dorr against, who are they against?
They're against Jimmy Dowd and Jason Membry.
Yeah, well, they could have about a 4-shot lead there with 4 ends to go.
I think the 2 Ryans have just scored again because they're on an even number, and that scoreboard showing 13. So there might be 1 or 2 more to Ryan and Ryan.
He has led the jack, yes.
Go straight to the tee, mate.
Craig's got another one
ball on the head.
up there and in the head. Yeah, there were 3 more went on to that score for the Ryan and Ryan. They're now 7 up with 2 to play.
I'll just see next door, Greg Dale's drawn 2 beautiful bowls here, and Rowan Wilson had a big drive, and he's found the tightest of holes to get through. So let's see, he'll probably go again here, and he's put it through the same hole. Sigh of relief from Greg Dale. Well, Mick Japundza's got a finger up there. And I think he only had 1, maybe 2 fingers, but it wasn't a lot of fingers pointed to the sky. So what was the injury status of Jason Thomas, Timbo? I didn't see that.
He did his back yesterday. He had in the 3rd game, and he had difficulty finishing out the game, but he soldiered on, but wasn't in any condition to play today. As a matter of fact, he had to go straight home. He was in that much pain.
Oh, so Paul started the day for him today, did he?
Yeah, Paul Spencer filled in for him today, and he's now playing with Mark Prosser. Mick's played another bowl, and he's landed on Craig's bowl. Eddie and Jamie are having a good look at that head. With only 4 ends to play, it's pretty important that they keep the scoreboard turning over in their favour. So Jamie's going to need to play a pretty good bowl here to affect that change. He's starting to like this a bit. He's clicked onto his own bowl, and I think he might have done enough to take the shot. He has. So
get down, yes.
That's
Definitely one to Jamie.
That's what they needed, to just keep adding another end and adding another score. Keeps them still in the game.
Yes, they're starting to run out of ends, and they need to put a multiple together to really get back into the game. But sometimes you leave your run a bit late, and that might be the case here. But we'll see how it ends up.
Good start from Eddie. That's what they need. They need to be able to apply the pressure right from the start. Well, Rowan Wilson's had the third drive at that head next door and gone through the same hole for the third time.
Greg Brown's just keeping covering up at the back. He'll get a few if Rowan gets the jack anyway.
Yeah, well, anything behind that other bowl is just going to be a counter for the guys. Although Greg looks like he's drawing at this, and he's drawn another shot, I think, behind that bowl.
Maybe not. No, he's gone a bit far through, but yes. Yeah. But they certainly do need to pick up. They're in the same boat. They certainly do need to pick up a little number here. So.
And see the danger of Rowan playing that they've only got one bowl in the head, and if he happens to be a bit wide and clips that bowl out, there's quite a large number that the boys could grab. Anyway, back to our feature rink here, and we have Eddie coming in and connecting on his own.
Good change of hands from the public in there.
Larger than life, Eddie. And Craig's come down and just going to go between the bowl and the jack. And
right, Rowan's going again. See if he can find that hole again. Can he get the quadrilla? He's got a different hole. So Greg Dale's 2 shots have held out, and that puts them back within probably 3 shots. Good chance, 3 to go.
Greg Brown's got the philosophy with the ends to go, match the number of shots to make up. He's always in the battle.
Yep, he's told me that a number of times. Yeah. Nearly every time I play him, I think. Whether you're in front or behind.
Yep,
he always quotes that.
That's it. Well, they got 4 ends to play and they're 3 behind, so the equation is in his favour. As Mick sends this one down, it's looking like it's going to get a bit of the jack, and he has, and that's probably good enough for 1 or 2.
Give him 2 there.
Yep. Jamie's coming on the wide hand. He's got
I think he might have followed this a bit too early.
Still coming, mate.
It is, but it's not going to though.
No. Well, all for 2 feet, mate.
Yep.
So those old saying, mate, there's no point in following a dumb bowl or a bad bowl.
Sometimes you've got to get down there to give your teammate instructions, though. Eddie needs a bit of educating at times. Jamie, I missed the start of this game, and missed the commentary at the start, and Jamie Bartel is a young bloke that's I've played a lot of bowls with and against him, and he's probably one of the most underrated bowlers on the coast here. He always give him a plug because he's a talent, absolute talent, and does pretty well at most of the tournaments we go to, and good to see him competing against the best. Well worth putting him on the live stream.
Well, and he's been on under the sights of the Sunshine Coast District selectors. They're well aware of his abilities, and I've seen him play for quite a long while, as well as you, Ray, and I confirm everything that you say there. He does have an ability to play, and it's great to see somebody like Eddie teaming up with Jamie, because Eddie's a very solid and rounded character, and a great influence with Jamie. And Craig's gone running off the mat with that. And
He's launched it, yeah.
It's out on the next footy field. I think it's just dropped in, unfortunately, so it's a chance for Eddie to pick that gap through. He's pretty well pointed here.
Clear run, you're good, Eddie.
He's going to. It didn't seem to work right at the end there. Maybe just a little bit pacey. That
whisker big to let go.
Stopped it to letting go.
He's done it again. He's not happy with it.
Looking over at the score, the Bester Burdette, they were on their last end. They're 6 up. You'd want to think, looking at the head, they've got 2 or 3 in the head, so you'd think that they're pretty close to locking that one away.
Oh, and they do like to be first in the clubhouse. Like, you'd hate for someone to get the bar before you.
Well, if ever there's an example about how you should play time games, there's 2 exponents of it that would rarely be timed out or miss out on any of their games. They just get up there, get the job done.
Oh, they can kill half a dozen ends and still beat the rest of them finished.
Yeah, well, they will be first finished again today, and they were 3 times yesterday. So. Jamie's played another bowl here, and I just think it might have rolled away from.
No, he's rolled Eddie up under the jack.
I just thought the blue one might have been the shot, but no, they've indicated that it is Eddie's bowl is the shot bowl.
Righto, Caitlin Lynch has just given us another update of a few scores around the grounds. Kel Everton and David Turk, they're 7 shots down against Michael Cummings and Noel Sean Dingle.
Well, I don't think that bowl deserves any commentary. You saw the picture. It sent that up as shot bowl via the Cape.
Right, I was looking away, so yeah.
They've got three or four runs and rubs across there.
He's probably learnt that off me somewhere along the line, I'd say.
No.
Mickey always reckons I get lucky against him.
Well, you didn't when we beat him for the club 4s here.
No, fair and square.
You gave him the sword that day. Well, Jamie needs to pull out another one here. He's managed to do that with his last bowl on the previous 2 ends, and oh God, he's not that far away, but so Mick steps up there. He's holding one.
He's a bit quick.
I don't think there's going to be any change to that. They may. It is only the one. So they move another shot, 16 to 9, with 2 ends left to play.
Another score from coming in from over at Rink 18, and we've got the Rixon girls, Rebecca and Connie. They're playing locals. Brett Williams and Chris McDonald will. The local boys have got the wood on the girls, so the girls are going to have to lift in the last couple of ends to get over the line. They're 6 behind. We've got Brian Smith and Craig Jamison. They are playing Peter Leon and Brody Johnson, and Craig and Brian had a very ordinary day by their standards yesterday, and anyhow they've got a shot up on Peter with only a couple to go, so that'll be interesting climax to the game there.
Great start by Craig here on the penultimate end.
And over next door there, Russell Van Homerick and Brett Merkel have got right away from the Gunders brothers, 25-5, so they've slowed the boys down a bit. And the other girls over there are struggling a little bit too. Tilly Coyne, Annika McGill. They've Mel Bull and Michael Ansell. They've got 8 shots in arrears there, so a couple of ends to go. They're going to have trouble bridging that gap without picking up. They have got 4 ends to go on the board all the same. So
about 22 minutes left in time for this round 1 game.
Look at Mark Torrance and David Dodd. 6 shots up on Linda Jackson and John Allen. And Joe Dorr and Blaine Shorter, they really need to pick up 5 shots in a hurry, I think, against Rodney Sandercock and Sandbrook and Wally Smith. They're 5 shots in a rear there, so they need to get a wriggle on.
Got an update on Rink 9. Jay Dorr, Stephen Tong, Jim Dowd game.
Yes, we have, and I believe Tong and Dorr are down by 4 shots to Jason and Jim Dowd.
Oh, they've actually just flicked the board. There's only 1 shot now, it looks like, after 14 ends. 14,
12, yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, so there's obviously a couple of ends to go on. So there's only 1 shot in that, and I'm not sure who is which side of the board, because they seem to forget to write their numbers or names on the board. I don't know how that works.
Let me just have a look through the binoculars and see if there is something there for us, Ray.
I don't think you'll see too much, Timbo.
I think you're 100% right. I should have known as a left-hander you'd have it right first time.
Thanks, mate. So back at the job at hand here anyway. What have we got?
We've got Craig Hawthorne's got the shot bowl there.
Definitely holding 1, maybe
even 2.
I think at this stage of the game, it's pretty fair to say that Craig has probably been the difference in the game. Do you think you'd have to give him the number 1 rap out of the four players so far?
Yes, he's been very consistent. Jamie Bartel's played pretty well. He's managed to play some shots to keep the score down, but overall consistency. You'd think that the bowls from Craig and Mick reflect the score. So it's been a good game, but they're just a bit stronger at the moment.
And as a skip, it's always handy to have your lead there first. The more times you go to the head with the lead up, the greater chance you've got in any game, I believe. So.
Well, I believe Craig's an old friend of Mick, and Mick's been trying to get Craig to play in these events up here for quite some time. And it's now, this is the first time that he's managed to make it happen, and I think that's because Craig's now living up this way. So they're having a pretty good tournament together. They look like they're possibly going to bank another win here.
Did they win 2 yesterday? 2 out of 3 yesterday? They dropped 1.
No, I think they actually only won 1 yesterday, but they were narrowly beaten by 1 shot in one game and 2 shots in the other. So it's those ones that you turn around that way, you get end up with a 3-win.
See Troy Jamison having a bit of a look on the screen there. Nugget, Sean Ingham having a bit of a look. Hi guys. I'll try to give a bit of an update on Neville's score there, Troy, very shortly.
The Rink 8 score at the moment is 9 all after 12 ends, Simon. And the Rink 14 score has Bully and... Rink 14... Rink 14 is Daniel Keogh against Danny Kameri. The score's 13-9, but I'm not quite sure which one it is for. Just quickly
Team
check.
10's 9.
Team 10 is 9. That's... I'm not sure that Team 10's the one playing on that rink.
Right.
Anyway, we'll find that out for you in a minute, Simon.
Actually, Danny was 4 shots up.
Okay,
Danny
so
was 4 shots
I'd pretty much think that's the 4 shots will be Danny's in Danny's favour, Simon.
Just getting back to Troy Jamison. When you Neville are 4 shots up at this stage.
Hey.
Neville, Nevy. Not Neville. Did I say Neville? I've only ever called him Nev, have I?
Well, Troy will be the one that knows what needs to be called, mate.
Yep.
Okay, so there's a couple more there to add on to Mick's score, and they're now playing the last end.
Righto, so it could get a bit more interesting over the fence though. Greggy Dale and Greg Brown. Yes, Ryan, it's won the difference. Couple of ends to go.
That looks like Daly and Brownie are holding 2.
Well, definitely Brownie at the back and possibly Daly at the front. I'm not sure how far he is short.
No, it looks pretty much that's the one.
Start, Augie.
Well, Craig's knee might be all right, Troy, because I think him and Bear Smith are giving one of the leading teams a run for their money out there, and they've got a couple of ends to play, but they're playing behind us where we've only got an update of scores. We can't physically see them.
Big shout out, hi to Timmy Perry. Good to see you out and about. Having a look at the game.
There's another good bowl here from Craig, and 2 good lead bowls again to finish his job in that position.
Hi to Jimmy C. Out there having a look. I miss you, mate.
How'd you go on the punt yesterday, Jimmy? Back a few winners. Good bowl here into the head from Eddie Whiteside.
Johnny Thane's also seen a bit of young Jamie too, I believe. He's had a bit of a shout out for him on the screen here.
And the next two games in our live stream are going round 5. We'll see Graham Anderson, Peter Carmody from Coolum up against Greg Dale and Greg Brown, also from Coolum. And our third round match to finish off the event, we'll see Ryan Burdett and Ryan Bester playing Stephen Tong and Jay Dorr.
Well, that'll get the crowds through the gate here, I'd say.
Pretty good
Well,
game to
be a pretty good watch, that one.
to finish off. They'll they'll, regardless of where they are, it will be a fierce battle, and neither team will be wanting to give the other an inch.
Have to wait and see. Wait and see, John. What time's last 6 again? Three, mate. Three.
Jamie's played a bit directly here, and he's got straight onto his own player's bowl, taking it out of the head, unfortunately. And
we're leaving 3 or 4 shots down at this stage.
As this game draws to a close, just like to acknowledge again our sponsors, Coolum, major sponsors, Coolum Holidays, North Shore Realty, Sunshine Coast Council, and Visit Sunshine Coast, and the Coolum Beach Bowls Club. Thank you for your support, and we're able to bring these games and these streamings to you with the support of these great organisations and companies. So again, thank you very much.
It's another bowl on the head. And next, this is a pretty big bowl from Rowan Wilson next door here. The Coolum boys are probably holding 3 shots, and and probably Rowan's one up on the board. 2 ends to play after this, so a pretty big bowl.
Yeah, it could be one or two there. You're right.
Yeah, and Ricky Holt meeting Rowan in the middle to lend a bit of advice.
I should score properly. Put on both sides.
There's a big difference when you watch them, spend 2.5 minutes talking about what to do, and we were commentating before when you watch the 2 Ryans play.
Well,
it doesn't take 2.5 seconds for them to decide what shot needs to be played.
I don't think this delivery of Rowan's will take 14 seconds to get down the green either. Ready in the slips here, Timbo. Your first slip, I'm second slip.
And it's gone to my right hand, mate, and I'm all over it. And he's had a whack, and I don't think he's moved any of the 4 bowls that were in the head. So Daly's got 3 fingers up.
Oh, that was ours. Where was that?
Yeah, I saw that.
When you kicked across.
It was coming in.
Yeah, where was that?
No, it was still travelling. Send it back. Yeah, it was still travelling.
Mick would know if he was if his bowl was still moving, I think so.
It's definitely still working.
yeah.
And these other bowls, I sort of miss it, but then the guy just kicked them all. Once in, it's still moving.
And it's still moving now, Mick.
Yeah, the thing about if you're a third, you're watching what's happening.
Yeah,
I think they were a bit lost, both of them there.
We don't want to go upstairs on that.
No. Is that the same one, Craig? No, I think Mick's tried to put that bowl back in the same spot that's just been removed, and I think he's been fairly successful, so he does have the backus bowl. Jamie's taken aim again. I think he's going to connect something in the head. This time something's going to change.
The jack stayed in.
The jack stayed in, and I think
shots.
they've got 3 shots, and that'll finish that game off. Played in good spirit between the boys, and they'll sign their cards and have a well-earned break we're probably about 10 minutes away, I think.
Rightio, so the game next door there's still a lot of interest in that. It's the local boys have got to the front, like Greg Dale and Greg Brown. They've hit the front, 2 shots up, 2 ends to play. So
Greg Dale's first 2 bowls, I think, worth forgetting about. As Ricky stands up and is drawn up and under it, and I think
2 very good
they
lead
got
bowls.
two good shots there.
Oh, yep. Oh,
All right, folks, we're about ready to close off on this commentary. We'll go and refreshen up and have a break, and we'll be back. Our next game is due to start at 11:35, and as we said, that's a clash between the Coolum heavyweights, and we'll see you at the start for Game 2 in about 20 minutes' time. Thanks for your company.
thank you.